America. People, power, pretending. A spiked ladder, a totem dipped in blood, climbed by boots, by teeth, by severed hands. Money, machines, malevolence. Godless, gutless, grinding, gone. We cough up ink, sign our names in dust, then wonder why the air tastes like iron. They watch, we cry. But tears don't pay, don't vote. So why not let us die? Cheaper that way, cleaner, efficient. Or better, lull us to sleep. Something soft, something slow. Syrup thick voices spilling dreams on demand. The lie is beautiful. So beautiful we carve it into our skin, swallow it whole, sing its name. America, home of the if only, land of the someday, the almost, the not quite. We could have had it all. We all could have. If only your father was rich. If only his father had been. If only your life. If only your breath. If only.
So, what are you doing the day after tomorrow?
Same thing I'm doing right now, probably.
You mean, still soul searching? Still doing your, Viking thing?
Is there another gig you got me on? What am I doing here, bro?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that, the media circuit is officially over, and everyone wants to say one last round of congratulations to you at our mixer tonight.
Oh, well, thanks. I don't think I can be there tonight. I'll be in the city, though.
Come on, man, we just had a crazy release. I don't think you realize how much you overperformed compared to your last book.
I know. You send me the sales data.
On top of that, I was just on the phone with Diane, and she said every publishing house on the block wants more of this, race commentary or sociology in America, whatever. They all love Past Time, man. It's a bestseller. It's trending on social media. Even the Goodreads reviews are good. I mean, college kids are reading this like fucking textbooks. Look, on the down low, you working on anything right now?
Yeah, some stuff. Here and there.
What kind of stuff?
Well, since I'm back in DC, I'm thinking of compartmentalizing. Honestly, just taking some time off.
What does that mean? You're not writing?
I didn't say that. It's just world's changing too quickly. I need to be grounded, spiritual, you know.
What is this, like some kind of Kyrie Irving spiritual transition thing?
I'm serious.
Okay. Whatever, man. It's your process. What are we thinking? More prose?
Poetry, maybe.
Don't go there, man. Save that for the women writers. You got a thing going here. Some kind of epic Malcolm X revolutionary overhauling society narrative, okay? People, professors, activists, fucking politicians, they actually respect you. Which means people buy your books and then they get angrier and more passionate. Then they talk about the shit more and then they buy more books. And then that means you and I get paid.
Don't forget about the publishing company.
Yes, they get paid too. Everybody gets paid. It's called business. It's a mutually beneficial practice. Have you heard of it? Anyway, like I was saying, you're like a messiah for the black community. You're Jesus Christ. And you're out here trying to be Mary Magdalene?
What's wrong with Mary Magdalene?
I don't know. She was an unclean prostitute.
That's been proven untrue.
You know, a lesser informed man would call you pretentious.
Do I look pretentious to you?
You're pretentious when you pretend to be unpretentious.
You got it. You're kind of egotistical yourself, man.
You know, if I just trained an AI to write like you, I wouldn't have to put up with this shit.
Mention AI again, and I'll throw your ass off this fucking roof.
What? It doesn't have to be academic. It could be different. There are others. I'm in touch with Coffee House UC Press. I feel like Diane wants to edit your next book more than you want to write it. I mean, they're all stuck-up activists over there. Just do whatever style you want. Just give me more. You know this industry. Once there's a trend of, let's say, black activism, they'll want to suck every drop of financial profit. I mean, we have to be there for that. So give me more juice. I want more juice. Everyone wants more Duke juice.
Don't say that. It's gross.
I mean, it's true. We're thirsty. Personally, I'm fucking parched.
Okay. Alright.
So what do you say?
More is coming, brother. You ain't gotta keep checking up on me. As much as I like dragging mud through your office.
Actually, you have to stop doing that. Maintenance is only coming 3 times a week now. Unless you're willing to pay a cut.
How much did you make off Past Time?
Don't play the victim card with me. I'm a person of color too. I go through shit.
You know how many white kids made me do their homework back in the day?
Hey, I'm serious. Plus, I send you all your dues. Every check I've sent you, not a single one's bounced. Isn't that right?
Money's from the publisher. It ain't from you.
Yeah, well, some of us can't just take time off and reminisce about our feelings. Some of us are just trying to clock out and go home to our wives. We can't leave our homes empty like obnoxious rich people and bike around the city like a homeless drug addict. What's your deal with money anyway?
Money. My money? Money in general.
Yeah, I heard from a friend you're renting a penthouse in New York, but instead of living in it like a normal person would, you're Forrest Gumping your way through DC. And you're not writing. What is this, part of your poetry thing? Getting into your feelings or some shit? I don't know, this is some kind of like Shahrukh Guyana shit?
The Buddha was named Siddhartha Gautama. Shah Rukh is a Bollywood star, and Guyana is a coastal South American country.
Yeah, that's what you're doing though. Road to Enlightenment? Encounters with mythic beings guiding your destiny?
I know. It sounds stupid.
Stupid? Sounds downright fucking idiotic. You watch too many movies, pal. Life's more like a machine that you learn how to operate and get good at with experience. There's no overarching narrative, and there's certainly no fucking destiny or whatever. You don't just sit in one spot, think about shit, and unlock the answer. That sounds like horse shit to me. Buddha's definitely horse shit. I think he just inhaled so much oxygen that he got high and hallucinated a bunch of nonsense. Shit, he could have lost his way, ended up in Jerusalem, and got nailed to the cross by Roman soldiers. But hey man, it fits your process.
How much of an advance is it going to be for the next manuscript?
Depends. Is it gonna be exactly the same?
Let's say I go with the poetry book. Still going to be the same?
Fuck. We'll see. Depends on what Diane says. Also, why do our conversations always end about money?
Don't be a money guy if you don't want people treating you like a money guy.
Look, I know you writers know how to say clever shit. Why don't you keep it in the book, huh?
I carry the weight of many lives. I read each room as a former lesson. A sharecropper, a man paid by the hour. When we built something, they burned it down. When we dared to live, they used our bodies. When we asked for homes, they drew red lines. Then they sent the drugs. Then they sent the guns. Then they blamed us for the wreckage. They broke our families with science, measured our pain with data, planned our poverty with maps and charts. They tried to kill us at the root, but we grew anyway, and we grow still. And must we prove we're real before we're held? Must worth be something carved into the skin? A voice dissolving, a wave folding within, a cry wavering. What power has a child who feeds the blaze? What use is fire, trapped inside a cage? What is this? What am I feeling?
The beginning of the end.
What do you want?
I know you've been visiting the place with the stones. The old home of your childhood memories, that haven in the trees by the farm.
Who are you?
A guide.
A guide to what?
A guide to dying.
How do you know about...
I watched you from over the hill. From there I watched you die.
When?
The bird found you lying in the street one day. You were bruised, broken, bleeding. He brought you home, and he carried you to the farm and laid you by your mother's grave.
Did I die painfully?
You lived painfully. Death to you was mercy. But you did fight.
I don't believe you. I don't think I had a fight to stay. Take me where I'm meant to die.
You walk with many secrets. Are they a heavy burden?
What's with the birds? Why am I seeing birds?
They see you. They see your pain, and they call out to you. You are the son of despair, a lost and weary wanderer, a traveler traversing a weathered path, a name stolen, a spirit broken, a body hollow of faith and purpose.
I'm falling. I feel... I'm falling.
A self, a past lost in time. Your time will come. Somewhere there's a cold, dark beach with a humming surf, where the lonely moon sits frozen in the sky, casting a sharp glint off the black horizon. A doomed purgatory where a man sits idle until the great void swallows his mind. And you know deep in your heart, anywhere is better than there.
And where should I go?
Whichever path you are on, it's the right one.
No. Wait. Everything hurts. Am I dying? Right now? Am I dying?
Beware of the birds, Duke. Goodbye.
Is that? Hey. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wrong person.
Aren't you famous? I saw you the other day taking pictures with college kids.
Yeah, they ask that a lot.
Racism book, right?
Sure.
You can sit down if you want.
Racism book. That's probably the best way to put it.
Publishing a book like that, I imagine it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. People like how good it sounds. How beautiful the words are. Quoted on social media. Then they go on with their lives. Sometimes they pay me to do a talk where I just say some nice sounding words to a room full of white academics.
I could believe it.
So, what do you think about it?
Haven't read the book.
With people's indifference, maybe my books exist so white people can read them and exonerate themselves. At the end of the day, my books are nothing more than just books.
It's a different world, and it's a digital world. It's not people's fault most of the time, just biology.
What do you mean by that, though?
Empathy has a time limit.
You mind if I steal that one?
It's not mine. Susan Sontag wrote an essay about watching other people suffer. She said, compassion is an unstable emotion. If it's not translated in action, it withers. It's not easy watching other people suffer without being able to do anything about it. Makes you numb.
Sontag, huh? You read?
I thought writers didn't read.
Yeah.
Because writers can't stand when another person's writing.
Writing better than me? Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so write something about me right now.
Alright. Roses are red.
Not that. What happened? I took you for a serious person.
To be honest, I can't. I'm blocked right now. Writing has been hard. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I just talked to my agent about it the other day.
Well, then I'm not interested.
Hey, hold on. Just like that?
Just like that.
How do I get in contact with you?
I'm around. I'll find you again.
Wait. Are you real? Or am I imagining you or something? Why must my strength ignite fits of fire? Fuse that catches only when it's struck. I am a man with no nation. No God claims me. No country shelters me. I burn for those who fight but never rise, who scream in rooms that swallow every sound, who reach for hands that vanish in the light, who live unseen, who fall without the ground. I tear my throat to speak. I break my hands to write. I walk behind the veil of ash and shadow, thin enough to see through, thick enough to divide, sharp enough to cut me into two, wide enough to hide me entirely. Some make it out, some thrive in spite of it all, but I carry the silence of those who don't. I wonder who I might have been if they had lived to walk beside me. No nation raised me, no bloodline shaped me. I am a man alone, born of a broken world.
I never asked. You got a copy of that book for me?
$24.99. That's without tax.
Oh, then I'm good.
You serious? I said no tax.
Are you serious? You're really gonna make me pay for a book about myself?
Only charging because I know you're gonna toss it.
True. So, how much is it with tax?
27 and change.
Let me see it. Pretty cover.
White artist. So where you from?
Ooh, where does it sound like I'm from?
I have an idea, but I need a clue.
Really?
What day is it again today?
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. What part of Baltimore you from?
I'm from West Baltimore.
Real Baltimore. I've been reading about Amtrak cutting through that area.
Yeah, they're putting up a new rail line all the way out in the county, buying up all the properties along the way. Eminent domain.
I can imagine why. It's a violent place. The city would rather just bulldoze it.
Is that it, though?
I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay. They killed the civil rights movement by redlining our neighborhoods, criminalizing us by thousands, putting drugs and booze into our communities. Now we're just living the legacy of a failed movement for change. Schools teach racism like it's a thing of the past. When the kids grow up ignorant, they'll say black folks chose this life for themselves. They think they can just press a button or sign a bill, build a monument, and wash blood off their hands. Our own neighbors uptown shovel us out of the ghettos they confined us to before putting a fucking railroad through it. But at the end of the day, we looked out for each other. Not the welfare, the courts, politicians, the police, the businesses. We protected ours.
You live in that family?
My mother. You have a family?
Not that I know of. Health issues run in my family. My mother had me when she was old. So I was the youngest in the house by a lot. I remember being between ages 10 and 18 and just everybody started getting health issues. Pops, brother, auntie, grandma. It just went one by one. And then my mom, she was diagnosed with a tumor. Stood by her side in that hospital every single day after work. Then one day, I get a call, that call. She was gone before I got a chance to get there.
I can't even imagine. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's not the end of the world. I did pretty good for myself.
I just think most people die alone. In a hospital room, their beds at home, sleeping across the country or world in a hometown everybody already left. No friends, no family, just nurses. We drag out our lives for as long as we can, just for that kind of death.
I don't mind dying alone. I feel like it's less pressure.
I just feel like the end of a lifetime needs more celebration and community to it.
Like Willie Nelson. Roll me up. Smoke me when I die. Make sure you roll me up in a Rello. I'll probably be seeing the inside of an MRI real soon anyway.
Well, maybe not. And if you do, at least you lived.
Didn't you just say we die hanging on to our little piece of life? That we die gasping for air? That hope is what makes us drag it all out?
Well, maybe I was wrong. It's pretty out here. I'd stay alive a couple more minutes just for this.
Hey, Duke. Thank you for sending over the manuscript. Love the poems. You know, very inspiring. We all, I guess it's really good. Anyway, we decided that this is not like your thing, and we just want you to basically do what you did last time. Thank you, and let me know what's going on. All right, peace.
When the wolves show up to feed, do the sheep cheer them on? Call them leaders, role models, winners? Maybe. Maybe the wolves were warned. Say, the feast can be yours. Say, hunger is weakness. Say, submission is virtue. Maybe the sheep are told that wolves all alone. Or that mutton is the price of peace. Perhaps they believe if they kneel at the feast, one day they will feast in return. So they kneel, wait their turn. Watch the teeth sink in, watch the bodies drop, assuring themselves, one day, that'll be me at the table. And still, sheep wait on. And still, they starve. Yet every night, the wolves eat. Where am I?
farm.
A farm. That doesn't make sense. Am I dead?
Not quite yet.
The red lady. She said the birds saw me die. She said I died in the street.
Yes.
Are you the bird?
How about a game?
A game? What kind of game?
A game for your life.
On Earth?
Is that not enough?
Or don't I get the dark beach?
You chose a different path.
I get a choice.
Why shouldn't you?
I didn't expect you to be so generous.
I am not a generous creature. I'm merely a servant of death. Your spirit decays. Embrace it. Walk with me into the abyss. Your pick.
If I lose,
Then your story ends. Incomplete. Like most other people.
and I'm assuming those people don't get a chess game.
There are billions of worlds. Every person inhabits their own. Every reality is a lived experience, past, present, and future. Is the world one world, or is it a web of infinite realities? Experiences colliding and intertwining like vines around a tree.
Do you like it? Being the end to everything.
I am not the end. I am simply the final mirror, the final reflection. And most people flinch when they see what they've become. And that is why you're sitting across from me. Because you're here with death. And death has walked by your side for a long time. Death has followed you through generations. I always detected a flicker of rebellion within you, against death as an escape, and for that I would reserve my final judgment. Of all the souls I've seen, I might just give yours a chance. Do you think you're capable of beating me?
Your judgment isn't wisdom either, Like sitting across this board, testing me, makes you righteous. But you're not wise. You're just old. You sat in the corner of every cathedral, behind every slave ship sails, under every general's boot heel. You let them dress up slaughter as salvation. Because if you wear the robes of eternity, nobody questions what's beneath.
Let's face it. This world wasn't really made for you. It's toxic. It's disagreeable. Your day-to-day lives are controlled by a powerful few. They weaponize religion, education, economics, power structures to serve their goals. They'll create entire cities on this system. Landlord and tenant, master and property.
You want me to be numb. Looks like Guta understood you completely. He exposed you. Now we all know your dirty little secret. You don't have a reason to live. You don't fight for anything. That's why you take life from others. You just want death.
And so what remains? You want a world with no end, no order?
I want a world where people stop waiting to be judged, stop praying to their abuser. You let them call you the will of God. You're not divine. You're not a gatekeeper.
I don't have to be anything to get humans to throw away their lives like you did. You're all doomed from start to finish. Perhaps you should consider resigning and follow me to a better place. After all, what else can you do for this world? Why should anything matter when the world is corrupt, it's a product of tragedy? You wouldn't be fighting for anything worthwhile.
You really don't know a thing about life, do you? All you know is how to take it, how to reward and how to punish, what is good and what is bad.
Is there any way to truly live without the morals that we derive from our faith in ourselves, our faith in a higher purpose?
Faith made them docile. Capitalism took the altar and replaced the priest with the CEO. Religion didn't save us. It made us obedient. It taught us to kneel even as the sword came down.
Sounds like you should embrace death. It sounds like it would be mercy to you.
Life matters when you care about something.
You can't save it, you know.
I don't have to save it. I just have to remember it.
Why do you cling on to this miserable world? The world that caused you so much pain.
I met someone who reminded me of why we fight. We dedicate ourselves to causes when we don't know who we are. When they've taken your identity, your history, your name, all the millions dead, plantations, factories, and the battlefields. We survived. That's what we do. That's what defines us. The red lady told me I fought. That I fought to live. I ain't believe her. For a demon, you can't read a board very well.
Good one.
Do we have to play this out? Will the red lady in the sky let you resign?
Well played.
I get my life back?
On one condition.
What? We gotta play checkers now?
You wear a helmet.
Look at that. It'd be funny too. My world is small. My history is short. My name is untrue. No identity. No family name. Not that I ever needed any of those things. To have the you ripped from out of you. To be forced entry into the American social and economic fabric. To be called criminals and leeches by the descendants of monsters. Monsters who killed everyone in their way. What defines people, compassion, and companionship and artistic expression. It's all unprofitable. Stock charts on computers, social media arguments, pundits screaming on live TV, Priests and professors and PR agencies peddling chaos and destruction. This is a world built for sociopaths. The rest of us live in white waters. A flood of collective interpretations drowning out individual truth. To be second class in your home city, which prefers to host commuters, in addition to the rich and the powerful, this ain't even Chocolate City anymore. Maybe there is too much truth. Maybe I just have anger issues. Maybe I need my sadness to carry on. So I ride, I pedal, I sweat, and I breathe. And I let the air crash onto me. And I live.